Hi, and welcome back to Eclipse Astrology and Tarot. I'm Marla Kelly, and this is your bi-weekly reading for March 18th through April 1st or thereabouts. We're having a full moon on March 31st. That's going to be a blue moon, full moon in Libra. So I may come back a little bit early and do a reading so I can encompass that full moon, but I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, and this in this coming time period on the 20th, we're dealing with the Spring Equinox. So I really want to focus on that energy in this reading. The Spring Equinox is, of course, the first day of spring, and in astrology, the change of seasons, the equinoxes, and the solstices have to do with the sun moving into one of the cardinal signs. Now, Aries is the first sign and the first cardinal sign. So the spring equinox represents the astrological new year, or the sun moving on to the first degree of the zodiac, and it begins a new solar cycle. It also represents when the day and night are in equal balance. So the solstices and the equinoxes are important in the ancient ways, because the ancients often followed the energy of the sun and the moon, of course the two biggest luminaries, and the sun is seen to represent the god. So the journey of the sun represents the journey of the god and the journey of the masculine energies. And with the equinox, this is a time period where the sun is growing in power. The sun is getting stronger. After at Yule, this is where the sun is that's the shortest day of the year, and then the sun begins to grow more and more. And here at the spring equinox, day and night are equal, and then we're going to have more daylight. So in addition to the new beginning energies of the equinox, what I'm getting is that as the sun represents the masculine energy and the sun is growing in strength, this is also representing that the masculine energy on the planet is growing in strength. Now, we all have masculine energy within us. We all have the capability to have an equal balance of masculine and feminine. This is not really the same as thinking of male and female, because the masculine and feminine energies don't really have to do with gender. They have to do with our creative abilities. So the masculine energy at this point in time is growing in strength, and it's being healed. There's a lot of focus on women and women's healings and the divine feminine energy rising, the goddess energy rising. Of course, the divine feminine energies have been denigrated by the patriarchy for thousands of years. In the same way, the masculine energies have been, twisted. They've been misused, misrepresented, and males in general have suffered at the hands of the patriarchy too. And I was told to talk about this. I'm getting told by Spirit to talk about this a little bit, because I see a lot of men in general kind of struggling right now, because the energy is shifting. And yes, the masculine energy is growing, but this is divine masculine energy. This is not the same as patriarchal masculine energy. And so, even if you're a male and you're in a male body and you've always embraced a lot of masculine energy, you're still going through changes because this masculine energy that you're shifting into is different. Not only that, but the masculine and feminine are coming into balance. And this is actually represented by the energy of the equinox because the light and the dark are in balance. And the sun and the moon, the two luminaries, represent the masculine and feminine. And so anyways, I see some masculine energies, just maybe not sure about things. Like some are outright struggling and others are just unsure. And some are really embracing their awakening. More of you are going to wake up. And this is true of everybody. This energy that's coming in at the spring equinox and that has been coming in with the eclipses and it's continuing to come is very strong, high vibrational energy of light that is meant to wake you up, like spiritually, encourage you to take back control of your life, to see yourself as a creator of your reality rather than just someone who is kind of at the mercy of fate or someone who's stuck in victim mentality and feel like they're just at the mercy of everyone else. And as we're going to see in the cards, like men are really being called in general. Now, I said masculine energy doesn't really have to do with being in a male body, but a lot of souls in male bodies do predominantly have the masculine energy there. And we're going to see in the cards that you're being called to shift, and you are shifting. And this gateway that we're going through is, I feel, especially going to affect men or females that are heavily influenced by masculine energy. So as I said, you could be a woman and have predominantly masculine energies because that doesn't relate to gender. Like the masculine energies are logic, action-orientated energies. The feminine energies are intuitive, inactive energies. So there's also a lot of new beginning energies here, as I said. The first degree of the zodiac has a Sabian symbol about manifestation, and that is a woman arising out of the sea. A seal is embracing her, which has to do with, yes, manifestation, but also us becoming individuals. It's like out of the sea of consciousness, which is represented by Pisces in astrology. Out of this sea comes a woman. This is, I'm creating my own identity out of this sea of potential. So besides manifestation, it has to do with, our identity, and Aries as being the first sign of the zodiac is about like finding out who they are, finding out their identity. So also with this energy that's coming in, it's going to be affecting our egos a lot, our views, our perception of the world is going to be shifting. And for some people, there might be some challenging situations come up that they're meant to shift you. They're meant to shift your perspective. They're not really meant to bring you down. And it can be a bit challenging when our egos are challenged. You know, but ultimately looking at these cards, I see people more stepping into their own power, stepping into their own authority and their own authentic selves with this beautiful energy that's coming in. So let's talk a little bit about the cards. The equinox, by the way, is on March 20th. So the first card of the overall energy is lead. This is also known as the Emperor, right? So speaking about masculine energies, this is the card that represents the masculine energy. So this is about, needing to perhaps come from a logical perspective right now. You may have to assert your control right now. You may have to develop courage right now. And the Emperor does represent the Aries energy. And at the equinox, we're going to have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Uranus all in the sign of Aries. So I see that with this card, lead, like many people at this time are stepping into a new role of leadership, or you're wanting to step into a new role of leadership. I see people taking back their power. As I mentioned, when we're more in that 3D ego-based world, we tend to give our power away. We have difficulty being our authentic self because we feel judged by society or by the people around us. So we tend to hide our true selves. We tend to wear a mask. We're afraid to assert ourselves. And with this incoming energy, we're more ready, willing, and able to now be true to ourselves. Be authentic. Even if that, has a cost attached to it. Like the Emperor has to make tough decisions. And yet he has to do what he feels is right and what is best for the people he's ruling. And so that's how it is, I feel, for you all. It's like you're having to now make decisions based on what it is you want. What is it that you feel? What is right for you? And you're willing to step into your courage and your power in order to do that. You're not caring about society right now, or I should say society's rules. And this is going to be the new masculine. And I don't mean like you're not caring about society's rules as in you're going to go out and break the law. I mean that you're not going to play the game anymore of you have to be this, you have to be that, justice. And so I'm feeling like this is a big part of the change that's coming, is there's a new role for men and a new role for the masculine energy in general, where you're stepping out as leaders and you're showing what it means to be a man that can handle every aspect of his life. Yes, work is important, but your family is important too. And you want to be your true self. Obviously, I think a lot of men suffer because they don't feel like they can be their true selves. Especially if you're a man that has a little bit of a softer side, because that is not honored in our society. And so you feel you have to hide that part of yourself. And men are taught to repress their feelings, which is not healthy. But, this can be for women too, that your own masculine energy is rising, and now you're also ready to take the lead, and you're also ready to be authentic. because we need that strong masculine energy within all of us in order for us to be able to step out and be a leader. Because when you put yourself out there, you're going to be judged. And so you have to have the strength and the feeling of protection within yourself to handle that judgment and not let it, devastate you. And this can also represent that many of you are having success in your life. You might get a job promotion, for example, or some other kind of opportunity is being brought to you. I pulled some Keepers of the Light cards too. So the overall energy from Keepers of the Light is faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm, trust in the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world. Well, this is an appropriate one with all this light coming in. And I feel like in general, like we are going to this place of having more faith in the universe, more trust. And this is helping all of you step up and step out into your leadership roles. And I feel like faith's message here is to have faith in yourself and to trust in your leadership abilities right now. To know that you're really becoming strong and you're ready for more. Second card, the hidden influence, is take the lead. So we have another card about leadership. So this is a big energy coming in, whether or not you realize it. Some kind of either you're being given the chance to take the lead in something, or there's a new opportunity coming for you, or there's some aspect of your life that you're going to be asked to take more of a stand on, to take more of a proactive approach. So this card, take the lead, can be about, as I said, a new project, a new job. And this certainly goes with the Emperor card. For many of you, there is going to be a new opportunity at work or a new creative opportunity coming for you. You could have some new ideas coming through, and these new ideas might require you to have a strong leadership, maybe to either present these new ideas or to fully manifest these ideas. This card can represent travel as well, or just being willing to now come forward, ready to take more control of your life in general, I feel. And remember, this deck is about relationships, so maybe taking the lead in a relationship situation. It's a wand card. It's a fire card. Again, we're dealing with the fire energy, which is Aries. That's so strong right now. And fire is inspiration. And so whatever is coming in here is something that really inspires you and gets you excited. The card from the Keepers of the Light deck is Lord Ganesh, Infinite Abundance. Obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. So this is a hidden influence again. What you don't see is that things that you think are blocking you are just going to be magically removed from out of the way. And support is increasing for you. So you may have felt before that you didn't have a lot of support. Maybe you were stressed out about being yourself, or you had ideas that you didn't think other people would support, or when you tried to bring these ideas out before, they weren't supported. But with the new energy that's coming in with the equinox here, support for you is increasing. You can't see that yet, but it's coming. What the future holds. Success and growth. 8 of Wands. Very good card here. And this is about fast-moving energy coming in. So we felt very stalled, and now that's ending. There's new growth occurring, and this is very fast, swift growth, and maybe something out of the new, out of the blue, something that you were not expecting comes to you. I'm feeling for some of you, you might get a job opportunity and might be a little bit like you're a little bit shocked that you get offered this job, and you're like, wow, I'm not sure I can handle it, but now I've got to step up and take it, and I've got to become this leader. Maybe you're offered a management position out of the blue or something. But don't worry, because, it shows that you're going to be successful. So this card can represent, that job offer, that new position. Again, travel is indicated here, possibly. It can also indicate a new relationship, a relationship that comes in suddenly and that's very passionate. And this might be a situation, if it's a new relationship, where you have to take the lead. Maybe you need to take the lead in starting the relationship, for example. Or it's a relationship that encourages your strength. This card, 8 of Wands, can also represent communication, and communication in the form of downloads, which is actually quite possible with the energy coming in. I've spoken about downloads before. There's a new moon shortly before the equinox that I talked about last time. That can affect your sleep, or you could be getting downloads in your sleep and have a hard time getting rest. But definitely sudden changes are indicated with this card, and things like suddenly moving. And I also kind of feel like this energy is preparing you. It's getting you ready. It's getting you into your leadership abilities, because the sudden opportunity that you don't know about, that you can see coming, all of a sudden it's there, and you're going to be ready for it. Lady Portia is the card from the other deck, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. I feel like Lady Portia's message here, do what you feel is right, is she's suggesting that you follow your heart. And there's a lesson here, and I feel that lesson has to do with manifestation that I talked about. And manifestation comes through your heart. It doesn't come from your logical mind. And so I feel like some of you, you're getting the inner strength to be authentic and to live from your heart. And when you start making that shift, it's like you see the shifts around you, like the situations, the support, the opportunities shifting along with your shift about how you're feeling yourself and following your own path, following your own heart. The advice from Spirit. The first card is Blossom. This is also the Judgment card. And this card, first and foremost, is about transformation. Okay, major changes, new beginning energies, letting go of the old ways. And it's being called by a higher power too. Now, this is an interesting card, I feel, because the energies that are coming in they are calling us to become not just more awakened, but more aware, more it's ascending and being elevated. And traditionally, this card, the Judgment card, shows Archangel Gabriel blowing his horn and calling the dead from their sarcophagus. And it represents, yes, a major transformation, but you can see it as before you were walking through your life like a dead person, and now you're getting the call and you're literally waking up, or like waking up from the dead. It has to do with that awakening energy of awakening to a higher state of consciousness. And in that higher consciousness, you can do these other things that we were talking about. Be the leader, be authentic. And look at these two cards. They both have these balls of fire on them, although this, I think, is supposed to represent more of a flower. But to me, it's like it starts off here, this little inspiration, like you can hold in your hand, and you're nurturing it and look at it grow. And suddenly it's this huge ball of fire. And it's like you become this ball of fire, where before you were maybe living a kind of a lifeless, dispassionate, boring life. I hate to say that, but it's true. When you wake up, like, life just becomes so magical, and you see magic all around you, and the veil begins to fall, and you realize there's so much more out there. There's so much more to life than just the life that you were living. And you suddenly realize that, yeah, it's like I was dead. I didn't know who I was. I was walking around like a zombie, and now I'm awake, and things are beautiful and magical, and I have passion in my life again. That's how I feel it's going to be for some of you. You're done with those old ways, and you're ready to shift into something new. You're ready for change now. And this energy that's been holding us in this pattern is like, it's built up this idea of, my God, I want change. I can't take it anymore. And so when the change happens, you're not going to question it so much, because you're just going to grab it like, yes, it's finally here. I'm starting to see things shifting and being created for me. The cards from the Keepers of the Light in the placement of advice from Spirit. The first one is Sunna Kamara, light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Another perfect card for this energy, because we are getting an influx of light. And it's predicted that there's going to be some solar storms, for example, which affect the energy on Earth, of course. And there's energy coming through the sun. There's galactic energy coming in through the sun. This is all about light activations, which is helping everyone change their beliefs and perceptions. And it says, shine your light. Shine the light, take the lead. You're an amazing person. Why wouldn't you want to show the world how amazing you are? And your guidance is coming in loud and clear. So your intuition, your psychic abilities are actually getting stronger. And trust what you're getting. Second card is Horace, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Well, yes, we are in a cosmic gateway around the equinox energy. Again, I think I keep saying solstice. I don't know why. If I've been saying solstice, forgive me, it's really the equinox. And yes, it is a cosmic gateway. And it's a gateway about manifestation. And know that your thoughts are becoming reality. So keep your thoughts focused. You are powerful. You are magnetic. And when you take the lead, the more you're willing to take the lead in your life, the more you're ready to take responsibility, the more you're ready to be authentic and live from your heart, the more miraculous changes are going to show up in your life. Just feeling called to draw a Power of Love card, and then we're going to end this reading. What kind of love should we be embodying? Or what love is coming into our life? Forgiveness. You are now able to activate the power of love in order to release past hurts. Okay, well, this is an important card, I think, because there is this energy of forgiveness that comes in and has this light energy comes in. It's going to activate the old hidden places within us, the things that haven't been forgiven, the things that are holding us back. Well, I talked about our shadow last week, so it's going to activate our shadow, basically. And things that are still painful to you, that you haven't released, are going to come up. And so, yeah, we have all this great energy, but like I said, sometimes we're faced with difficult situations or challenges in order to help us shift to the next level. And we have to forgive and release the past in order to be able to stand in our full power. If we don't heal our shadow, then we generally find ourselves in a place of fear and not willing to take a more active role in our life. We don't see ourselves as strong enough. So forgiveness is important, especially to forgive yourself. And often we're very hard on ourselves. And maybe you've tried to take a leadership stance in the past and it didn't really work out. Or things happened in the past. Maybe some people say things to you or said things to you that made you feel small or made you feel weak. And those things are still troubling you. Okay? Maybe you blamed yourself for why they said those things, or you began to believe what they said. Forgive yourself. Okay? That's not true. Everyone can be the leader in their own life, at least. So forgive yourself for whatever you think you've done in the past or whatever you think your failures were, because a lot of times our idea that we're going to fail, or our fear of failure, I want to say, stops us from taking a risk. And definitely the energy coming up wants you to take a risk and just trust in yourself. Thank you so much, guys. I love you, and I will speak to you soon.